Now that we've created a couple of group policy objects, let's talk about editing them. This is very easy. I'll just simply click on the group policy object that I want to edit, and then I will right click it and choose edit. And this will bring up this window, and I'm going to make this full screen. Now, we haven't really talked about it yet, but group policies, we've kind of mentioned it, can affect two sides. They can affect the computer that the user is on, and they can affect the particular user configuration. And we'll have to decide how we want that to happen. But by default, it's going to affect both sides. Now, what you can do is you will have to come in and just start to look around at the various settings in each of these and just play with them. You need to get in a test environment and play with these things. Now, with things like virtual PC and VMware and VirtualBox and all those types of tools, it's very easy to set these little networks up and play with them. And you need to do that before you go take this exam. Now, how would you ever know, for example, under Control Panel, if I click that, notice Add or Remove Programs, all the things you can set in there. On the display, notice we can hide the various tabs and so forth. Desktop themes, we can prohibit the theme color collection. We can do all kinds of things here with printers, with programs, on the desktop itself. How do we know what to set? How do we know what can we set? And how do we know all the nuances that are involved with that? Well, experience playing with this, and there are some excellent books out there on the market. You can find 500-600 page books just on group policy. Now, one thing I will kind of warn you about, when you go out to TechNet on Microsoft.com, or when you go buy some of the third-party books and look at them, a lot of them will be written for Windows 2000 and Windows 2003. These are fine. Just make sure that it's noted that it's okay. And probably the best place to find Server 2008 type stuff is out on TechNet because it'll be updated. But in a lot of instances, these settings haven't changed since some of the earlier versions of the Windows operating system and the desktop operating systems. And so you should be okay. Pretty much anything that you read about the settings themselves are going to be okay. Just keep in mind that this came out with like 1,700 settings in Windows 2000, and then it went to like a little over 2,000 in Server 2003, and now here it's up to like 2,700 or something. Don't quote me on those numbers, but trust me, it's a lot of things you can change. So you'll just have to familiarize yourself. Go out and look at some of the forums and Google stuff on internet and look at the settings that can be changed. But it has really become kind of the standard answer for any kind of change you want to make to the environment. So the question is, can I do that in group policy? And the answer is yes, you can. Keep that in mind. So all we're going to do is go out here and we're going to change these things. And on our Add Remove Programs, we'll hide the Add Program. We will just enable that. Notice we can click on Explain. It will tell us what that's going to do, and we can leave comments in here to ourselves about why we did this. So I'll click OK. We will hide the new Add New Programs page. We will say OK there. Keep in mind I just did something. Anytime you see Apply, click Apply and then click OK, and it's just the safest way to go about doing things. Once I'm done with this, I have edited it. I just simply close this and I'm back, and the edited group policy object is there, and it's ready to be linked to any site, domain, or OU that I want to do out there. And so there you go. That's editing a GPO. Editing it is easy. Knowing what to edit and exactly why you want to edit it that way, that can be a bit more challenging. But you can chase that down. They won't deal with you a whole lot about specific individual settings on the exam. They just want to know that you understand what group policy objects are, what they do, how to use the Group Policy Management Console to work with them, and that you can make changes to users' desktops, computers, and environments and so forth using group policy, and some other things that I'll show you later on